I mean, the stroke is just the movement of your hand.
I have beer for everyone if they want it.
I don't want any beer.
I don't want no beer. I have weed. I can roll a blunt.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm here today with the full team from Haz Mevlana. We have Nick sat beside me, where Mila would usually be. She's away currently, so I'm hosting solo this time. And then Aki, bass, Teddy, drums, and Andres returning, who was at the Kuma Collective episode a while ago, playing guitar for the band. And if we start off with Do That Thing, a little clip.
Not anymore to be the guy that comes around your door, so please come round, please come round the doorstep, please come, please.
That was Do That Thing by Haz Mevlana.
Yeah, man, nice.
I hate to interrupt you, but I just want to... Nick, a.k.a. Slick Nick.
Slick Nick.
Aki, a.k.a. Teriyaki.
Yeah.
Andy the Cheese Grater. And I'm Teddy Machete.
AKA Mr. Bagshots.
Oh my God.
I had to do it, come on, man. Why didn't you not do the white chocolate Nick, bro?
Oh yeah, a.k.a. White Chocolate. Slick Nick.
And also,
AKA
like,
White Chocolate.
I think I'm also chicken teriyaki, no? Do I not get the chicken?
You're the terrorizing, terrifying teriyaki, bro. That's what you are.
Terrorizer. Oh no.
Is it like part of a character thing that you do on stage, or is it just something that's come up?
Actually, it came up, but actually I was thinking about it because of the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band from the Beatles. When they were like approaching that album, they actually thought, okay, we're gonna be like a character for the album, and we're gonna make music in the style of this character for this album. And in a way, at least for myself, I can kind of see myself, as like a character that writes bass lines and writes songs for Haz Mevlana, because I do other music as well. But in this specific setting, I want to write bass lines that fit this project. So in a way, it's not really like, I don't see myself as like a full character, but it's like, it's a specific purpose of the music and where I want this to go. So, I mean, it could be chicken teriyaki, yeah?
And yeah, we're going to buy costumes and all that shit.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I mean, you did the last show with like a bunch of cigars, right?
Yeah, the Cubanos, yeah.
Exactly.
Was that annoying? Like to have it in your mouth all the time?
Man, my mouth got dry as hell. I was like, I just like played through it because I was like, no, it looks too badass. I'm just keep biting, like like that one scene from Tom and Jerry, where he hits the cigar with the whole puff. One puff just smokes the whole thing.
And it spells out howdy with the smoke.
Exactly. That's how I felt. I was like, I'll just power through it, whatever. No, but the nicknames came up. It was like. I mean, we didn't have this persona idea. Like originally, we just shit talking.
There's a lot of
shit
talking, and
yeah. Did you guys know each other before creating the band and were like, we should do a band together, or is it one of you individually looking for band members?
We get it was a school project actually at first.
Yeah.
And then we're studying together, and then we got Aki because he was playing with the Kuma Collective. Andy.
Yeah.
That's how it came.
Yeah, it was a ensemble performance, and they got assigned together. And we go outside after class, and Andy, you know how he does, comes up, slaps me on the back super hard, and it's like, "What's up, motherfucker? What's up, Friar? Do you want to do some indie blues with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I can swing. Let's do it." And then we brought in Aki later, and I hadn't met Aki before that. I knew both of them. I knew both Andy and Nick from school. I hadn't met Aki, so.
Dude, and also how you got me in was also like a mess, honestly. It was like, so Sunday afternoon I get the calls like, hey man, on Wednesday we have an assessment for the university, half an hour concert. We have 5 original songs. Can you write a bass line? I was like,
shit. In 1 week, he had all of the songs already.
Everything.
I mean, it was less than that. I think it was 4 days.
Stuff you hear, man. Sometimes like,
which, if I remember,
this is first bass line.
Yeah.
I had time because it was like 4 days, so I had time to like come up with like one solid idea. I was like, okay, we can change it later on, it's fine. And then I come we had one rehearsal, right? Like right before the assessment.
Yeah.
We practiced for like 1 hour. I played my first ideas. They were like, it was good actually.
It was dope. This man cooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whip up a meal real quick. It's not like
I gotta say, actually, pretty funny. Like, for example, that one song, "Little Did I Know She Was a Bitch." I don't know when you started to write it, but you can notice a big difference when a group project writes a song together without a bassist involved.
Right.
because they tend to fill out the spaces that the bassist would normally take. So especially for the song "Little Did I Know She Was a Bitch," like the song works without a bass line. You can play the entire song
Right.
without a bass line, and it's already a pretty good song. And so when I listened to it and I heard this for the first time, I was like, okay, nice. Like I don't actually have to lay any foundation underneath. I
Yeah.
don't have to give any root chords. I don't have to give anything, to support it. I can just be like, whatever. And then I was like, okay, fuck, I love Flea. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers is my favorite. I even wear the fucking shirt for this.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, okay, I have this opportunity for the song finally to just write a bass line that has nothing as a supportive character. Just like smack it in completely.
Dirt.
That's what I
Dirt,
did.
mud, grease. Just like the song, you're right. The song was nice,
Yeah, right.
but
right?
you just need that, you know,
And I remember like playing it for the first time, and you guys didn't know me. I mean, he knew me and my energy, but I was in the rehearsal room, and I was like already jumping in like a metal pose or whatever, and I just look at him on the drums, just like,
Whoa, because I didn't know you were doing like you were just hitting power stances, full squat, like ass cheeks activated, full squat, like I'm ready, let's go, jumping, stank face, like he's smelling like nasty gooey air cheese or something.
Just pour the
ugh.
gasoline in, and as soon as there's a match, it just goes up in fire.
man.
But that's also like you guys all do that. I mean, you're sat down obviously on stage, but the rest of you guys do that very like, it's an energetic show.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that you that started that, and then you just kind of joined in?
No, Andres is for sure the guy who does it. I mean, he's for
would be.
sure like,
Real shit,
yeah, all over the place.
for sure, family.
But
real
I
shit.
think I'm like one of the like I know this guy for so many years now at this point. Like I'm one of the only people I've seen him play with that I can actually match his energy. Like
Right.
when we're both on stage, we're kind of like exploding together. And it's good that Nick doesn't do it as much, because if we had 3 people exploding on stage together, we were like a bit fucked.
Yeah, and also it's harder for vocals, I guess. Like to be jumping
Exactly,
around
yeah.
and then keeping it like steady.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just not Nick's vibe. Like we also discussed this the other day, that we want this band, everyone to have their own identity and just comes together, right? And so like we shouldn't all just, exactly. You got to have different ingredients for a meal. You know what I mean? You can't put the same shit. You can't just put like onions, and more onions. It's not gonna work. Onions, some garlic, some carrots. You feel me? Whatever. So like, I feel like that wasn't Nick's energy. And I mean, I feel like I'm also pretty intense on stage, but it's not like a visible, like visual thing where I'm like going crazy. It's just the playing, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to like fuel the engine, put the coal in the fire, turn the stove on, but also keep it collected,
Yeah, provide some support for these two.
Yeah, but also the same. I mean, my energy is
Some
super
grounding,
high.
some grounding.
Yeah, my energy is super high, but actually because we have an amazing guitarist like Andres, and he plays very virtuose solos over and just wants to shred all over the place. The actual notes that I'm playing are super simple.
Right.
Like I will jump around and stuff, but I will give him the root and the support in the places where he needs it, because otherwise it would be a complete disaster if I were playing like some weird jazz chords underneath. So even though I jump around, it's actually like both of us. I noticed this as well. Like when he's soloing, when he needs his space, we're like in the corner. We just give him all the support he has, and then he can just like.
Cheese grate. He grating the cheese. He's grating Parmesan all day. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, like my sound, I mean, I'm really into like jazz and like Buddy Rich, like that sort of thing. And Tony Williams, Elvin Jones, like their whole vibe is just, they're behind the band and they're fueling it, They're fueling it, they're driving hard. And I mean, obviously it's not swing jazz and that sort of thing, but I tried to bring that same drive and the same power to this kind of music. So that's why I play with such aggression, I think, as well.
It's also like the genre is a little bit different to what you guys each do independently, right? Like, I mean, I've seen just from your Instagram of like songwriting, and then you guys doing Kuma Collective. And actually, I haven't seen other stuff apart from I found one SoundCloud, long SoundCloud clip.
Now we actually talked about this on the way here. That it's two perspectives of having a project.
Yeah.
One being like more focused on the traditional stuff as well.
Yeah.
That you can just interpret, and then you have your own project, which maybe doesn't talk to the same amount of people. But
Yeah, it's like
you
more
just
of
have
a
to express
specific-
it. You just
Yeah.
kind of do it for yourself, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
More or less. I mean, depends. At least for me. I don't know if it's the same. but-
Yeah, you have more like a specific artistic thing as
Exactly.
opposed to a collaboration with a full band.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just music
So-
that people can vibe with. I mean, blues like is such a
Universal.
You know, it's a universal thing. Funk, same thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think this, as long as the backbeat's cracking, you know what I mean. The booties are moving, people are dancing. It's good. You know what I mean? And if you overcomplicate stuff, then that's not gonna happen. You know, as
Yeah.
much as I like playing 7 against 3 against, you know,
Mhm.
it's just backbeat, smack the backbeat. You know?
Yeah. It's meant to be danceable as well for blues. Like for this like upbeat kind of blues, it's got to be getting weird rhythms and crazy chords and stuff. Sometimes like takes away from that depending on the audience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How much do you feel like you're writing the bass? Obviously, how much do you feel like the other guys are contributing as well? Because I presume you're doing lyrics as the lead vocalist. You're doing lyrics and melody.
Yeah, actually, I have a ghostwriter. He's on the drum. He actually wrote some of the.
I mean-
one phrase maybe.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it was just that little did I know she was a bitch. That hook.
Where was that fueled from?
Where was that fueled from?
Yeah. Who
I
were you
mean,
mad
I
at?
was just I was just on that kind of vibe. You know that vibe where you just like, man, fuck them. Like I'm here, fuck them. I'm here. Nobody can fuck with me. I know who I am. I don't know who you are. I know who I am. You know what I mean? Just like this kind of just like thug feeling of just like,
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like it just came out. We were playing. He had the riff, right? And obviously, knowing Andy, I'm gonna lay down some 16ths, right? And then slap the backbeat. And Nick is gonna do his thing, obviously. And this was before we had Aki when we were writing the song. And Andy screams out, break. We break on the 1. Nick starts going 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Yeah, little did I know. And I don't know what you said after that. I don't know what the original lyric you wrote. But I immediately stopped playing and I was like, little did I know she was a bitch. You know? And they just started cracking up and thought it was funny and we just kept it like that. So I don't
And it
know.
does work well. Like for me, that's the most memorable song of the live set that I saw a few months ago.
Man, when we
It's
played this the last show, the people were actually screaming that line.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Bro, because I hype up the hell out of that song because it's like I think it's also from the hip hop influence. I used to be really into hip hop and rap and I still am to some extent, but it's just there's just something about cursing in a song that adds impact to it. And when you say little did I know she was a bitch, like a ba ba, you know, and like the ba, there's like this and then
Very percussive
groove
sound.
comes in.
Yeah.
Groove comes in and it's just like you're in the ring, you know, and you're just getting pa pa pa, you know, you're just getting like it's super high impact.
It's less about the meaning, but I think the percussive sound of the B it gives a
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, this is what I
Smack
this
in
is
the-
also what inspired me to like literally smack the string like literally on that note. It was like because it is the highest point of impact. Like it has to be like bah, you know, and then you go further.
For sure, family.
Right.
For sure, family. No, but also it just developed organically after that because the break we always just break the 1 and smash the 2,
Right.
and then that just repeats in the chorus, and then I'm just playing chops in that little break, and again smashing on the 2, and then they delayed the bitch lyric with the 2, so now it's like little did I know she was a do 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 bah, you know,
Yeah.
and it just worked. Just gave me James Brown vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, really funky.
Is that where most of the songs come from? Is jamming as well, and then you like get a little pocket and stretch it out?
No, we have different writing processes actually. We usually actually we did it. I did it with Andres. We can't talk now, but yeah, just writing songs in our room and just yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that with
We
with
had to
drum parts
finish
too?
the assessment, so we
Right.
had to write these songs. It was more of a
Yeah, more like you
Yeah.
kind of have to, and then you're like, oh, might as well do something with it.
so we just
Yeah, I
5
mean,
songs in a week or something. I don't know. It just happened really quickly. Everything and
like Andy said, when you get Nick and Andy together, they just shit out songs like rabbits poop. You know, just doop, 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 just track, banger, Instagrammy, banger. You know what I mean? And they just keep them coming.
Yeah.
You know, and we get in and we contribute what we contribute, and it just I don't
I mean,
know, it
some
just
songs we
clicks.
also created differently. Sometimes like we started
Yeah.
writing on
We started,
guitar
yeah.
together, and then like figured it out in the band as a concept completely. And then now you wrote some songs while I was away, and I just contributed the bass, but you wrote them like almost like the three of you in a way, or was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens whenever, you know. It's like
Yeah. But it's
whoever-
mostly like songwriting session and then bring to the band. It's not so much just like we'll get together and just play a bunch of
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
sometimes
Yeah.
listen here. I mean, you need both, you know.
Yeah.
So
And for recording, you have you have the single coming up, or it's already come out. We're not sure yet when this publishes. But how is the recording process? You doing that completely live and then just all in and
Yeah.
right? Where are you recording as well?
How is it now? Famous Gold Watch.
Yeah, we did Gold
Oh,
Watch.
okay, yeah.
Famous
A few people
Watch.
seems like a
I think
popular.
they want to be named Famous Gold Watch. That's why I tried.
Famous Gold Watch. I just say
Yeah,
Gold
it's,
Watch.
their website says a famous gold watch studio. and
Gold
everything.
Watch is already classy
It's not
enough.
that famous.
If you say
It's not that
famous,
famous,
no, but I mean, we did it, live recording with a click. I mean, I
Right.
think, I don't know about you guys, but the vibe with this band is like as organic as possible.
Yeah,
As organic as like human. The music should sound human, sound like someone's playing it. It should have the feeling, the pull, and the drag of us pulling and dragging against each other, but also just generally as a unit and like just playing with feel. So
yeah. It also feels weird, I think, to do a blues record, but like each individual take and then comping them over.
Yeah,
and, like,
no,
doing,
it's not gonna
no.
work. Not
Yeah.
the same vibe, not the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was recording that? Was a really quick process, or have you like done a lot of sessions
Man, it
just
was
to?
insanely
Yeah,
quick.
2 days.
2 days,
2
5
days
songs
with 5
with
songs.
Oh my
vocals.
god.
Wow.
With vocals, everything.
It was insane,
Yeah.
and like some backing extras that we did as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, congrats to Nick. I mean, he's insane. Like he powered through like what was it, like 5 hours of vocal recordings. Actually, funny thing, you know,
Really? It's like
I think it was
5
5
No,
hours.
you
at
went
the end.
hard.
It felt like 20
Dude, that's,
minutes.
Yeah, you
that
know, also
studio
like
session
20
was a
minutes.
cookout.
Wait, you know also why 12 fell for 20 minutes for him? Because at one point I saw him just like with the coffee mug and he was like going around and I was like, hey man, are you drinking coffee? And he was like, yeah, it's coffee. And the next time I see him going back into the kitchen, it's just like a bottle of whiskey. And the whiskey's like already like half empty. And I just see him pouring the whiskey in his coffee mug, like pure, nothing
Oh
to
my
it. And I
goodness
was like,
gracious.
By the
Man.
way, if you're watching this, Cameron, I put some money under the bottle afterwards.
but like, you know, in the beginning I was like, okay, how much did you drink of this? And I was like, yeah, just a little bit. And then I come in like 2 hours later, and it's like almost empty, bro.
Oh my goodness.
But steel, like lungs of steel afterwards, man. He was
It was
shouting.
fun.
5
It
hours
was
is a
fun.
He
long
was
Yeah.
shouting for like
fun.
hours, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to do some takes again, I think.
Especially because it's not like chill vocals. It's like they're pretty energetic and like a lot of pressure into it. I feel like.
half
Like
and
air
half.
pressure.
Half and half. Yeah,
Right.
we get some slow songs, get some
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, ballads and stuff. So
Are you trying to put that together as an EP, or are you trying to do singles?
Both singles.
Oh,
and
okay,
then-
so like a couple singles and then the EP.
Mhm. Gradual release.
Yeah, nice. And then are you really like looking forward to tour as the next thing, or you're trying to do more songwriting so you have a bigger set to do that with?
would be amazing. I mean, but we got some gigs lined up now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we also have
Berlin.
a chunky set
Touring
now.
Berlin.
It's
man.
chunky set.
Now we have like an hour.
Yeah, chunky tuna,
hour
man.
10 or
Chunk.
Is that including the covers as well that you were doing last time I saw you?
2 covers.
Two covers. I mean,
Which
this
are
is
what are they again?
Lucille and Longtown Sally.
Long tall Sally, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
yeah,
these are just
yeah.
like, you know, easygoing fan favorites. I feel.
Little Richard got
Little Richard.
tunes. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you choose those? Just stuff you listen to together, or just like it fits the image?
Like I don't know who chose them.
I made them do it.
I mean, it fits the vibe. It fits the vibe. People
Yeah.
understand it. It has this kind of old school feel that people like
Mhm.
can dance to. You know, twist
Yeah.
and twist, shout, boogie, get down, all that stuff.
Keeping it alive, man.
Keeping it alive, yeah, for
Right.
real, real
Yeah.
shit.
And then as far as like translating what you were doing in a rehearsal room and in a studio to stage, getting like an aesthetic as well, how quick was that to come together, or was it something you had to really deliberate over?
First show.
Just
I mean,
immediately was like, it works.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I just pull up with my my outfit and fuck it.
I remember one phase that was hilarious. It was still the uni assessment because like we were in the rehearsal room 1 hour before this uni assessment, and I told to Nick like, man, when we're on stage, I'm gonna crab walk like crazy. I'm gonna go like play a song, and I'm gonna go down to my knees. I'm gonna be like Hero, what is his name from Metallica? You know, when he does like a crazy crab walk,
Like a sumo wrestler, bro. He gets down.
And I was like, I'm gonna do that on stage, and he was just like, yeah, whatever. Song comes up, I fucking crab walk like crazy. There's like only one professor like, looking at us, and I see him look over and like almost burst out laughing like mid song. So man, like for me, it was definitely from the beginning. I was there.
I don't know how your pants don't rip when you get down like that.
Actually, same, bro. I also don't know.
Because I ripped hella pants. Just not even doing that. Just like lifting my leg like weird. I'm like, damn, man, not again.
Bro,
You
actually,
gotta buy looser pants, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta show off the butt.
I'm always,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always
that's-
afraid, bro. I'm always afraid. I'm just waiting for the day to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just like, pop, and then
Yeah.
and then I'm
Just
fucked.
double up. Have some spare ones underneath, and then you can just like roll with it.
The long ones for the winter.
Honestly, that would be crazy if you did like in the old basketball games they rip off the shorts, they rip off the sweatpants, and then they have like the shorts underneath before the game. They have their warm up. That would be crazy on stage. You just
I would never
like
forget
during
that.
the break. Little did I pull off the jump. Oh, God, that would be monumental. Yeah, we gotta do
I thought
that
about the same moment.
with the
man.
cigars. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You mean like stripper pants? The ones that just like rip.
Yeah.
No.
those-
If you ever see like
At
NBA,
Adidas or
like
something.
80s NBA games, or like I don't even, maybe earlier, they have these like they have like a warm up suit. They have like long sleeve shirt, long sleeve pants,
Okay.
and sometimes
just
I don't
rip
know.
them off.
I've seen people. I don't know. Maybe it's like a cartoon thing or a meme thing, but you see them rip them off, and then they got the short shorts, and they're ready to ball. And it's the same as you. You gonna let them see them thighs, bro. Let them see the thighs. Let them see the cake, bro. That's what the world wants. Come on,
not
fam.
not the white chicken legs, bro. Come on.
Oh man.
But the trousers have to be like inconspicuous as well. Like no one's expecting it. Because if you come on with
Exactly.
trackies,
Oh,
they'll be like,
yeah.
oh, this is weird. But if it's like suit trousers and it comes off,
No, but I've seen
Yeah.
stripper pants like these, which are like,
Get
it's
some.
like
where are you seeing
Get
them?
some.
Amazon.
Oh.
Get some. Get some.
This idea is not okay. Yeah, I can actually. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I mean, it would be funny.
Yeah, and you performed at Bar Bobo is where I saw you did that last week as well as of recording this. Do you have any venues in Berlin where you're like, we just really want to play that?
Columbia, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the big one.
I mean, yeah, big stage would be dope, but I also like these small, intimate vibes.
Yeah, I
where
always
you
feel
write-
like that feels more like not on brand, but on like, it feels the right energy where it's intimate and you guys are really close and when you're jumping around, it's
Yeah,
like
and,
right there.
and everyone in the front row is trying to grab at Nick. He's right out of reach, and they're like, "Oh my god!" No, I'm like, it's like those old Beatles videos. They're like, "Oh my god!"
You're like passing out.
Man.
Man, there's. I would like to play like some more punk orientated venues, which is like a little
Right.
bit more, even more direct and even more like
A venue, punk-oriented venue.
Yeah. I mean, we're not really fitting the vibe of it, but like mostly the stages like this one, for example, like K19, which doesn't really, it's not really like a music venue. The more like do cultural events, but anyway, they have like a basement underneath, and then you are in the crowd. Like you
Oh,
are
that's crazy.
standing like in the crowd basically. So imagine our music, but like the people are constantly like half a meter in front of you. That would be I
That's
think that
fun.
would be
That seems
really
like-
that would be really funny. Like
That would be dope.
Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
smoke in there?
the Cubanos, like the only thing you
Oh,
think about.
dude, like the audience is like passing the cigars. To
Ah,
you feel like this shit. You know what I mean? It would be
That
crazy.
would be crazy.
Yeah, but not really. I don't have any in mind.
Oh, no,
particular.
Yeah.
I mean, we're playing a couple which are kind of nice. Like we're playing Bucket and like these like smaller.
Bucket.
Yeah, it's like also like a venue for music. Like the Bear Garden we play as well in July. And
Right.
stuff.
That'd be
No.
fun. Outside as well.
Hopefully, I mean, we have to see, But
Yeah, just talking to you guys earlier, like always, especially Andy, but like all of you, food analogies all the time. Do you guys all like?
fry up the stew. Yeah.
We all fry. We all
We
fry.
talk about that, yes, we do.
Is this like a common thing though that you guys just all love food,
No,
or is
so-
it just become a running
So
joke?
Sandman, right? Sandman. This
It's a
bar.
metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you where Andy got it because I was with him that night. It was like it was like my first week in Berlin in like 2019. And you were always playing at Sandman. You still do play it. So we played at Sandman, right? It's just a blues bar. It's a smoky blues bar. They were playing, and I think the drummer messed up or something. There was a trumpet player, and he just stops playing. He goes, "Yo, we ain't cooking? Wait, hold the fuck up. We ain't cooking?" And Andy, I just saw him die. He was laughing so hard. And since then, it's just evolved from cooking to frying. And then we did a photo shoot in a restaurant where we were turning kebabs and
Oh, true.
all
we
that
should talk
stuff.
about that.
Fun.
We should
Yeah.
talk about that.
The
yeah.
frying continues.
Were you like with the spits?
No. Okay, so we went to Lahmacun place because we had the
Right.
idea. I mean, we call it Haz Mevlana, you know. It's literally, named after kebab store at Hermannplatz.
Oh, because someone recently told me it was something to do with like a Greek philosopher.
Not a Greek. No. Okay, that's dangerous territory. I'm half Greek, so I'm going to correct you on this one. It is a
Turkish?
Turkish philosopher, and
Oh,
that
okay.
is a line you don't want to cross politically.
Someone told me.
Okay. Let me tell you the story quick to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it there. So there's a Turkish philosopher called Rumi, and his name is Mevlana, which is like the wise one, or like the wise
Right.
poetry one. And so he's more known under the name Mevlana. And this kebab place just called itself Haz Mevlana, written with an S, which means like Haz means like the real one, like the real. So it's kind of like the real Mevlana. And
The
it's
real
Right.
fryer.
it's like kebab place. And funny enough, we were like, okay, we don't want to copy the kebab place exactly, so we changed it to Haz with a Z at the
Yeah.
end, Mevlana. And I talked to a friend of mine who's Turkish, and he said like, man, you got so lucky because Haz with a Z in Turkish means pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
So we are pleasure Mevlana.
Oh, that's it.
So actually, we are
Oh,
the
really?
pleasure and the
Jackpot.
wisdom poetry, which,
Jackpot.
Damn.
little did I know she was a bitch, fits right into that.
Yeah, it's pleasure and it's wisdom. It's giving you game. It's fun to listen to. Yeah.
Yeah, I was Googling before. Like, what's Haz Mevlana? It was coming up with a bunch of like Arabic stuff and Turkish stuff. And I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it doesn't mean anything, but it means something.
Exactly. So we
Yeah.
had the idea to just go to a Lahmacun place and do like a photo shooting there.
Did you go to Haz Mevlana or did you
No,
go?
we didn't go to Haz Mevlana.
The betrayal.
No, we went to, what was it, Ornek?
Ernek Kebab House.
Dude.
It's the fucking amazing.
That
man,
place is
Where is
super
it?
nice.
Yeah,
3
gotta check
locations
it
in
out,
Berlin.
man.
It's insanely good. It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
fucking tasty. They were so nice to us. They were so nice to us. We came there with like full photo equipment, everything, with like blend lights and all that kind of shit. And they were like in the beginning a bit confused. But after the chef came out and we said like, hey, yeah, the guys are here for the shooting, they brought out like platters. Man,
Oh,
like
shit.
full of food, like
Yeah.
everything.
6 or 7 dishes or something from the whole menu, basically.
The entire
whole
menu.
The grill mix, man.
The grill
They
mix.
pulled out, they gave us motherfucking lentil soup. This motherfucking lentil soup was so
good.
damn
Wow.
good.
So
It was
good.
like 8 a.m. It just cleansed my soul. And they bring out the I don't even
so
know what
good.
the meat was, man. There were
Same.
so many.
Just meat.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good though.
Yeah.
It was so good. And we had like this entire platter in front of us and they didn't want a cent for it,
Damn.
Man. So
But-
shout out to Ernek.
Shout out
Shout
them,
out.
yeah.
It was 11 in the morning. I have to say, I was.
That's probably why they
Yeah.
were chill with it, is because no one's
No,
coming in.
for sure. No, they told me beforehand, like, come in an hour during
yeah.
the week at an hour where like nobody's in.
Oh, that's cool as well that they were like okay with it being organized and stuff. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this was all organized. I
Mhm.
talked to the owner beforehand, and
Yeah.
it was not like we didn't show up randomly. like before like equipment, like, hey man.
How much of the like gig booking and stuff are you guys doing yourself, and who's doing that?
100%, right? Yeah.
Yeah, is one of you specifically like responsible for that, or is it very much like if you know
I
someone?
mean,
you can-
Aki and Andy are like taking the bulk of it, pretty much,
Right.
like all of it.
Is that because of the German language, or I don't know?
German language, but they just some go-getters, man. They just some go-getters. They just go get the bag. They hustle, call motherfuckers up, send emails.
Somebody has to do it.
Somebody has to do it. I love the entrepreneurial like hunger. I don't
Like somebody
have that.
has to be chill. Like Nick is super chill and super relaxed. You can just call him up, have a nice talk, and somebody has to be like the pain in the ass who just be like, hey man, we just gotta sign this contract. We gotta do this shit. We gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's the balance of things. And then
Yeah.
somebody just trash talks, and then somebody just messing.
Yeah.
I'm just messing.
Is that just something you kind of like have conveniently stumbled into as a dynamic, just from like being friends, or was it kind of like, oh, we should probably find someone that's gonna like drive this, especially if you're super chill? Or...
There's no way around it. I mean, you.
Yeah,
I mean,
true. Someone has to
just
do it.
themselves,
Yeah.
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 Somebody shows up, unless otherwise it doesn't get done.
Yeah, true. I guess there are also bands that are like that, and then just like you don't hear about them because of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you had to have just full discussions about that, especially now you're looking at signing with like a very independent label, to cover some of the parts of the business where you're like helping out with promotion and stuff, have you had to have like strict conversations and being like, okay, I'm the person that's doing this now? Or is it still very, very democratized? Like everyone's got to agree and then we'll...
It's like this game, like children play, where they all have to jump on something, and the last one who's not on a chair does it, you know.
But in reverse,
think
it's just
more-
like the first person that gives in and does it has to do it.
No, yeah.
It was still very democratic, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Share everything.
I mean, like, my German ain't good enough to be doing this shit. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I can speak all right German, but it's not good enough to be out here like academic German talking
Yeah,
business.
for
It's not
deals
gonna
and
happen,
stuff.
fam.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. So
Yeah. Have you guys, you were talking about just like earlier, you were talking about signing a GDR? Not
I mean,
GDR,
you know,
that's DDR.
We'll see. we see.
What is that?
I mean, it's just that we are officially like a band, and then
Mhm.
we like, and it would enable us later on to sell merchandise if we want to like publicly state it to like the financial, what's called Finanzamt, the financial district and stuff.
Ah, okay.
But for now, like as long as there's no regular cash flow, it's kind of like, it's not really worth too much because like,
Yeah.
there's even like a threshold of money you don't even have to put on the tax anyway. Until I think it's like 10,000 euros or something per year.
Yeah.
If you make this amount of money, you don't have to tax them anyway. You don't have to write them.
Oh, okay.
You know, please, I'm not a tax lawyer. Like, check.
yeah. But out of curiosity for people who are in bands that
Exactly.
are trying to figure out what to do.
Wow, we don't have that. What? Can we even be a band?
but the potential, like the
Man,
idea of releasing merch, like it's gonna be all food products.
Yeah.
Hot sauce,
You get
spice mix,
Yeah,
like all
Yeah,
that,
the
like
skewers, the chicken
Yeah.
skewers.
skewers. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. For sure.
yeah.
Man, we gotta make like we should make like a food truck, Haz Mevlana food truck,
Oh my god.
and then we
That'd
have
be cool as fuck.
speakers on the outside, and we
Oh my
actually
goodness.
play.
This is what I'm talking about, the entrepreneurs. The hunger, bro.
That'd be cool as fuck though,
That
like
would be
the
hilarious.
food oriented.
That
like,
would be hilarious. Somebody's like frying the chicken, and then like Andres is frying his soul.
Yeah. Gang. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my god, bro, that would actually be hilarious. We should do that.
That'd be cool as like a party thing as well. If, like EP release.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down.
Right.
Write that down.
Get some fresh kebabs.
Oh, bro, that would be good. That would be
buy a vinyl and get a fresh kebab.
Dude, I would do it. I would.
That's man. You talked about throwing just dunas into the crowd. He talked about that. He was like, "Yeah, just get like the like duna import, wrap it up, and just toss them out."
Those cannons.
Yeah, like in the
T-shirt
baseball
cannons.
game. Yeah. That would be crazy.
Like a Durham would fit
Oh my god.
so well into
Yeah,
it.
Durham would. Oof.
like a nice sausage that comes out of there.
Yeah. and we could do it during the cattle farmer intro. Like, hey, shoot a Durham
Man,
into their fucking chest. And
Man, we have to, when we ever have merch, like we're gonna tell them before, like, hey, if you want merch, now's the time to raise your hand. And then you do that intro, being like, and then we throw the merch at them. That would be amazing for
real
that intro.
shit, man.
That would be so amazing for that intro.
That would be crazy.
That would be fine, bro.
when you're putting together a project like this, like an EP, how much are you writing to a concept or just like writing a bunch of stuff, you guys together especially, and just kind of seeing what patterns come out of that?
It's just it's just a song. And then
Right, yeah, no, just
we're not thinking about it really.
Yeah.
Like it's just, we play everything. We write.
Yeah.
And it's not about like, okay, we have 10 songs. Which are the 5 best songs we pick out?
Right. And then when you're writing a song, are you like mostly just improvising stuff and then cherry picking what you like out of it? Or are you like, okay, we kind of want to have like a sad song. Let's like choose some chords to fit that.
Just usually first try. Like it's not really like, we take like, a long time
It's not
to
so, like,
think about
calculated,
every
it's just,
lick
like,
and stuff
natural.
like that. It's very, very in the moment kind of thing. It's
Mhm.
usually the first idea.
Right.
And,
But we
yeah.
do overwork them. Like I do remember certain songs where we like overwork.
That's
segments.
Salsaito.
Yeah, for example,
Then-
that one song is.
yeah.
I mean,
difficult as hell.
I think that's what I was gonna say is like when you overthink the song that just comes through, like when you
Mhm.
hear it, like in the audience, you know what I mean? And that's the one song that I feel like we had where it was really, really deliberate, and there was like a deliberate intention for every section, and we wanted to have this influence, this sound
Yeah.
going into this section, and then doing these hits, and like it works, and we played well, but it's also like we felt like we were on the threshold of like, yeah, we thinking too much about this. We gotta reel it back and get back to the basics. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
It's like less of an emotional expression. And
well,
more
when
like
you
a
fry chicken,
fan of music.
when you fry chicken, what do you have? You got the chicken, you got the batter, and you got the oil. You don't need much else. Maybe a side dish. You don't gotta overcomplicate it. You know?
True, actually.
Right?
True. I mean, you could put some spices in
No, yeah, you can put some spices in it, and we do.
Yeah,
I mean, he puts his spice. I throw my licks. You go dung dung dung.
No,
And with the twang of his voice and his vibe.
Is that also a natural thing for you, singing with a twang, or is it something you had to like really practice to get right for this?
No, it's just bad singing, man.
No, listen.
No,
trying to
listen,
get it
no,
out.
no, come on,
listen,
man,
listen.
no, come
Nikki Dandelion. This motherfucker is authentic as hell. Like when I go on stage, before I go on stage, I'm like getting
It's
in the
a
zone.
smile, man.
And I
It's
go
a
on
smile.
stage and I'm like, that's me on stage. Nick, man, he's just cold. He's in the heat of battle. He's just ice cold the whole way through. Who he is off stage is who he is on stage. Authentic motherfucker.
And he smiles at you, and all your worries disappear, and you're like,
Real shit. He has this worry-free aura that
You do,
very much,
yeah.
you know.
How much money do you think I paid these guys?
Did you always love performing, or is it like, because when you meet you, it doesn't feel like you're a guy that's like, yeah, I'll get on stage and perform.
I didn't know, actually. I found out with the 14, 15 years or
Oh,
something.
okay. Yeah, no, that's still like a while that you've been performing then, I guess.
And it's
Makes
the
sense.
music also speaking, you know.
Yeah, true. If the music's good enough, it can
going through
convince
me.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially this, this is what we chose, the Little Richard stuff, because it's like,
Right.
can't really not, shake.
Yeah, you
shake
can't
the
not get into it.
bones, Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys are writing, because guitar, vocals, are you writing a drum part and then bringing it to Teddy? Or are you doing like you're doing with Aki, where it's like, here's a song, make something with it?
I mean, there's very much like an intuition when they bring the tunes to me. Is like, I don't want to be original for the sake of being original and try something completely new that's gonna like make it a completely different thing. It's like if it's a shuffle, I'm gonna shuffle. I might change the shuffle a bit and like add some spice here and there, add some different articulations, add some different breaks. But a lot of times Andy has something in mind that he wants for this new song that we played at Bar Bobu on Saturday. It was. He wanted a Motown vibe.
Was that Freckles?
No, it was this. What is it? Come back. He wanted a Motown vibe, and so I hadn't. When I first played the song, I wasn't playing the Motown, but he was like, "Give me the Motown, give me the backbeat, like smack the snare like you smack the heads of your enemies, smack that shit." And I was like, "All right, smack the shit," and it worked. So it's like we just give input to each other.
Yeah.
Real shit though.
I mean, just thinking of like Motown and some of the bands you referenced earlier as well, the music feels very, very American, like not in like a we're American type of way, but like it feels very associated with stuff that I think of like, when you play, I think of like Elvis Presley and stuff like that, where it's like blues and immediately American, not just the genre, but also very much the style, the way you guys carry it off. How much of that do you think is influenced by you individually and music you were listening growing up, or just like stuff you're into now and just jamming with it?
Well, I think the blues and the this kind of like it. I mean, he's a blues guy. He's a blues creamer. He fries blues the whole day. All day he's doing blues licks, and I think this blues, it very much. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm coming a lot from jazz, and jazz. I mean, the blues is just simplified jazz, a little heavier, and I think this blues vibe really supports the twanginess of his vocals and his indie vibe. So it just came together like that. It wasn't really like we're gonna go back to the Texas blues and go back. No, we didn't. It just kind of went that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's what we like playing, basically. Like,
Yeah.
it was very natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever write songs where you're like, oh, this is probably going to be a personal project thing, and then by the end of it, it turns out being like this high energy blues, and then you're like, okay, let's actually take it to Haz Mevlana and see how we can flesh it out.
Yeah, I had this 6/8 song ballad, which didn't really fit into my project. So I just brought it to the guys, and it fit really well into the kind of style we were going for, and we needed one more song for the assessment. So I was like, okay, it's already done. Just take it.
Take it out of the
use it
refrigerator.
myself.
Into the
I
microwave.
mean, where this comes from, there's a lot more. You know?
oh shit.
And that assessment was like a final bachelor's project that you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice. And you guys, you all studied together and then had that, but then you were instrumental course you were studying, no?
No, I didn't study at BIM at all.
Oh, okay,
I just
right.
knew Andres and I've been playing with him, and then he was like, "Yeah, I have this project. You want to join?" I was like, "Sure."
Where did you guys know each other from?
Oh man, we met like fucking 9 years ago or something.
Really?
When you were little.
Yeah, in a jam session in Munich.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah, and we actually the first night we ever played together, like 9 years ago or something, we destroyed that stage.
Okay.
It was actually like a lot of like, good energy, you know. And then we kept in contact throughout the years,
Yeah.
but roughly, and then.
I can imagine a young Aki and a young Andy. Like they already riled up.
He
Like
was, we
eight,
were
9
both
years.
super into Led Zeppelin at that time, and like
Oh,
he,
my God.
as like he was also more into the Police, but I was only listening and playing Led Zeppelin and stuff, and we were like, and he only knew how to play like the Led Zeppelin licks basically and the Police licks. And we were just like frying that like the entire show.
How old are you guys? Because 9 years ago is a while.
Man, yeah, like how old? Like,
So like
I don't know,
14.
16.
Oh my God.
Something around that time. Yeah,
I wish I
probably.
was a fly on the wall to see that. to see a young Andy just. just
Is there
Yeah,
a video somewhere?
No, it's like I don't think maybe.
That would be back in like iPhone 3 days.
Yeah, I am not sure, man. It was like a super small. It was like a super small venue, like one of the only jam sessions in Munich. Anyway, like Munich is a shit place.
Oh
for music.
man, that would be
Yeah.
crazy though. You get your iPod Touch and you got the video.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Damn.
Yeah, and then we stayed in contact, and
Salud.
Bless you.
we luckily, like coincidentally, moved both to Berlin, and then we joined on Kuma. He like asked me to do like the sound design and the percussions there,
Yeah.
and I joined him on Kuma, and then we stayed even closer in contact. And then he was like, "Hey man, I have this project." I was like, "All right, let's do
Nice.
it. Let's fry some chicken."
Well, we're coming up on an hour. We've done 50 minutes. So probably a good time to cut it off, I think. Obviously, this is coming out quite late, but you have the single that's coming out, we think.
Yes, sir.
And apart from that, we'll promote a bunch of stuff on the like Instagram and stuff. So we don't have to say it now, but is there anything you want to promote? Individual projects as well? I don't know.
Man, if you need a bitchin' backbeat or some chops or any, listen, I do it all, man. Except metal. I don't play metal, but if you need something like that, I can swing.
Oh my god.
I can
Nice.
play clave shit. I can play backbeat shit. don't know.
I mean, yeah, catch us live. I think the best
Yeah.
for us was like catch us live. Like follow us like on Instagram and stuff, and like catch
Yeah.
us live. I think that's the best. You know, the song's gonna be out, and the song's gonna be cool, but I think the best way to listen to us is live.
100%. I mean, it's like you go to a restaurant versus getting delivery.
Yeah,
It's not the same.
actually, bro. That's
You
so
go
good.
to the restaurant, you
is
eat that
so
shit
good.
straight out of the motherfucking
That's so
kitchen.
good.
You know what I'm talking
That's
about?
so good,
Straight out
bro.
of the
That's
kitchen.
so
super
good. I love it. I
The
love it.
plating is all
I
night.
love
You get a
it.
delivery. It's
I
like
love
it's
it.
good, but it's a bit soggy. It's a bit cold. Come on, man. You gotta have that shit fresh. Fresh.
Okay, well, thanks guys for coming.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome.